What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be checking out a new indie horror game called The Other Side, which is a paranormal investigation game where you and your friends get to go ahead and identify different types of entities on various different maps that are haunted. You have the opportunity to cleanse the ghost or go ahead and identify the ghost in different game modes that the game has available. So I'm looking forward to being able to go ahead and show those off to you, as I've done one little intro game myself just to go ahead and get familiarized with some of the mechanics. But to be honest with you, I'm still learning. I have no idea what's going on. Right now, you can go ahead and see that I'm inside the lobby. Inside the lobby here, it's customizable. You have the opportunity to go ahead and move things around to where you want them. Although I don't really know where I want to go ahead and have things yet. I know there's different lobby locations you can go ahead and purchase. You can go ahead and buy customizable objects to go ahead and decorate your lobby. You can go ahead and do a little bit of character customization inside the wardrobe over here as well. Go ahead and customize your character. You see I have a TOS The Other Side sweatshirt on here with some jeans, and I got some sandals on, because only real ghost hunters wear sandals. Let's be honest, the flex move. Then you have the opportunity to have loadouts and stuff over here. So I highly recommend to anybody to go ahead and do the tutorial first, and to go ahead and to even get to the tutorial, you would go ahead over to this laptop over here, and you would go inside by left clicking, and you're going to go ahead and choose TOS training. And there's three types of trainings you can go ahead and take. There's the cleanse option, or there's an identify option. So we're going to go ahead and do the cleanse option first, because to me, I think it's the most confusing of all the two different options that you have compared to other paranormal investigation games that exist out there, like Phasmophobia, Ghost Watchers, Ghost Exiles. There's so many ghost hunting games in the genre now. And if you guys know anything about my channel, I used to go ahead and review every single one of them that ever came to the market to let you know if you should go ahead and purchase it or not. So I'm going to go back to those things, and I'm going to go ahead and do occasional videos on those new paranormal ghost hunting games to see if it's worth your time. So here we go. You have an opportunity to go ahead in your training mode to choose full instruction or no instruction. You can kind of figure things out for yourself. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the no instruction and try to explain things myself. Although I will go ahead and admit that I'm not fully understanding of all the mechanics, but I think it's just going to be better for the sake of the video. So this orange box right here is our inventory. We don't have any inventory right now because we're on an intro. But if we did have any inventory, it would be inside here. And you would go ahead and take the stuff from your equipment crate and put it into your character inventory that's over here on the right side. This right here is called the A-Fixer crate. At the beginning of the round, if you're doing a cleanse round, you have to actually go ahead and put it on the van over here to get it charged. I'll explain why later, but you can see here, right here, the battery level is increasing as it's there. So it's going ahead and it's charging it up for you. Now, over here is a interactable, and if you do full instruction, it's going to go ahead and tell you everything you need to know about every piece of equipment and what it all is and what it all does. You have EMF readers, you have thermometers, you go ahead and you have ultraviolet, you have radiation, you have writing. A lot of the things you're going to go ahead and be familiar with from other ghost hunting games. The thing that's going to make the cleansing here so different is the different levels of severity of evidence. So for example, let's go ahead and take our EMF reader here for an example, right? Go ahead and right click to turn it on. You're gonna see that your EMF level 1 would be an EMF 2. Your EMF level 2 would be an EMF 3. Your EMF level 4 would be level 3. And EMF level 4 would go ahead and be an EMF 5. So there's a lot of different things that have little nuances to different severity levels of evidence. And you can go ahead and read these whiteboards if you're ever curious. Like I said, I highly recommend you go through this training yourself, because you can see here it tells you like level 1 is weak anomalies, level 2 is moderate disturbances, and it gives you ranges of like 2.5 to 9.99. So it gives you an idea of where to go ahead and find all that. And when you're in an actual round as well, you're going to be able to go ahead and hit the tab button and pull out your phone here. When your phone is out, you can hit the middle mouse button and it'll put you in front of your face here. You can see here that we have the normal, our heart rate, our BPM here. It's going to go ahead and be 73. So we have like a sanity meter, which they like to call anxiety in this game. They call it anxiety. And then you have your task up here for your secondary objectives. You have your vitals that you go ahead and see here. And you have a whole bunch of different guides and stuff. When you're in real gameplay, there's going to be another thing here called like evidence or different things like levels. So it gives you a full idea of everything that you would know right here inside of your tutorial, but it's going to tell you in your phone. So if you ever forget what's going on in the tutorial here, it's going to be in your phone for you in real gameplay. And I can guarantee you it's not as complicated as it seems. So we do have here, we have thermometer, for example. So again, level 1 thermometer is 4.3. Level 2 thermometer is negative 6.1. Level 3 thermometer would be negative 10. Level 4 thermometer would be negative 18, 19. Just like any other ghost hunting game, we're going to go ahead and get started here. And I'm going to kind of go through all this stuff as we go along later on down the line. Geiger counter is a little bit something different. If you played Forewarned, if you played Ghost Watchers, or if you played Ghost Exorcism Incorporated, you probably see a Geiger counter before to go ahead and do radiation scan. So that's going to be one piece of evidence inside this game. Ghost writing, you have different levels of ghost writing, whether it's scribbles, drawings, or actual full-on writings. You have audio evidence. You have spectral affixer, which I'll go ahead and explain that in a moment because it's a little confusing, I'm not going to lie. And then over here, you have the ethereal artifacts. So when you're doing a cleanse difficulty, you're going to go ahead and use, I believe they call this an EAL, Ethereal Artifact Locator. And when you go ahead and turn it on, it's going to go ahead and start glowing. And if you're getting close to an artifact that you have to go ahead and collect to get the ghost off the map, it'll start blinking because this is an artifact right here. So that is part of the cleansing objectives. So we're going to go ahead and grab some stuff here for us. I'm going to go ahead and grab my thermometer from here. I'm going to grab UV. And I'm going to go ahead and grab EMF reading, just to go ahead and get us started. I have one more inventory spot, so I could probably grab something else as well. And I think we're going to go ahead and make it that our Geiger count. One of the interesting things I like about this game is that if you hit the tab button, you can pull out your cell phone and have a piece of equipment in your hand. But that's not all. If you hit the T button, it's going to go ahead and turn the flashlight on your phone. So it goes ahead and has multi-purposes. Then if I go ahead and go to my phone and I pull up my camera, I could go ahead and have my photo camera, my flashlight, and my phone up to go ahead and show me all my stuff here, all in my left hand while getting evidence in my right hand. And now this is where it gets really interesting. I can go ahead and have my Geiger counter on, and then I can turn it on, and when I put it inside my inventory again, it's going to remain on. You hear that little sound? That little static sound every now and then? That's my Geiger counter inside my inventory actually doing its thing. Actually going ahead and recording what it has and what it doesn't have. Same thing with the EMF reader. If the EMF was to randomly go off when I go inside, it's going to be on in my inventory. So when you put stuff in your inventory in this game, it does not turn off. Best way to go ahead and find the ghost room, though, when I enter here, is still going to be thermometer, finding those cold temperature rooms. That's not going to be any different from any other ghost hunting games. Let's go ahead and get in here and see if we can try to identify a colder temperature room than what we seem to have a baseline of 22 degrees Celsius. Oh, by the way, one thing I want to point out real quick. If you're playing the game, highly recommend going on over to settings, going to gameplay, and turning on easy door. Why do I want you to turn on easy door? Watch this. I'm going to turn off easy door. Take my flashlight back out. You have to actually move the door with your mouse to go ahead and open it and close it. But if I turn easy door on, it's going to go ahead, and the moment I click the door, it opens and closes it for me. So I don't have to do any manual work at all, which to me is fantastic. So I like that a lot. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on in here. Got a little bit of radiation sound coming out of me there. Coming out of me. It's in my pocket. I don't know if it's in my pocket or a tool belt. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get some lights on, too. Get some lights on in the central area of the house. This is one of the maps that they have available. I think it's called Ravenwood, if I'm not mistaken. Might be totally wrong, though. What do we got in this room here? This room is 22 degrees. And as you can see, the thermometer seems to be updating as we're walking around the location, which is good. You don't have to cold anything down or anything like that. I do enjoy that quite a lot. 22 in here as well. So far, every temperature I've seen so far has been relatively warmer. I don't know if closets can go ahead and be their own ghost room, to be honest. I haven't experienced that yet. But I'm pretty sure closets can go ahead and be hiding spots, which is good. This is a door. That's a closet right there. Then we got a bedroom back here. And I did just get a little hit of radiation there. I'm looking for cold temps. Oh, there's a little creak behind me there. Something walked behind me. And the last room here. Not here either. I know there's a garage. I haven't been in the garage. Maybe it's there. Let me see if I can find the garage. I'm not very familiarized with the map layouts yet. You're going to have to bear with me here. Maybe it's that way. Have I been over here yet? Oh, that's a closed door right there. That's a good sign. What's behind this door? This door is a little pantry. And this one, I'm assuming, is laundry. Okay. Ah! Here is the garage. Though I will admit, there's nothing inside the garage either. Okay, so at this time, I'm not getting anything on temperature. Getting a little bit going on here on the radiation. Oh, got some stuff going on in this room right here. The lights are blinking and everything. The temperature is dipping down to 1.2. I'm inside the bathroom right now. What do we got going here? We got an EMF 2. I got 2.44 on the EMF here. So I'm going to throw that down. My Geiger is staying pretty consistent right now. It's not peaking or anything. Current is 47. And the temperature inside this room... Ooh, that was pretty cold there for a second. Negative 13? I think it's... Yep, negative 13 there for a split second. Okay. At the very least, it's negative 2 right now, but I did see a negative 13 for a second there. So I'm not sure. Oh, there you go. There's negative 13 again. 22 out here. So it got warmer out here, negative 13 in here. So I'm going to go ahead and say that we have negative 13. Let's go ahead and check to see if we have any UV or anything. I don't see any UV here. Nothing there. Okay, let's go ahead and maybe get outside real quick. We see my heart rate on my phone. Go back to the home here. 90 BPM. Okay, not too bad. Keep my photo camera out in case I need to take a quick photo. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to head outside right now. All right. So, if we have negative 13 on freezing, what does that mean? So, if we have negative 13, it's going to fall under the category, it seems, of that level 3 thermal, because it says negative 13.3 to negative 10. So that's within that range. So we have thermal level 3. Now let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to go ahead and do with this thing over here, because we kind of left this charging over here. Let's go ahead and bring it. We're going to have to bring it inside of the ghost room. That's going to be important. The ghost room, if I'm not mistaken, is over here to the left. I'm going to go ahead and put this inside of what I believe the ghost room to be. For the cleansing, the ghost room evidently is very important, so you have to kind of make sure you're in the right one. But what we're going to go ahead and do with this thing, before anything else, after I get some lights on. Oh, just went ahead and turned lights off. Hold on, maybe UV. I don't see any UV on that light switch that I just touched at this time. I'm going to go ahead and try to turn the light switches back on if the ghost will allow me. And now we're going to go ahead and this is some sort of like a terminal, essentially. It's an affixer terminal. And we're going to go ahead and left click on this little screen right here. And when we go inside, essentially we're looking to add our evidence. So to add that evidence, I'm going to go ahead and type in add thermal level 3. Therm level 3. Maybe that's it. Therm level 3. Let's go ahead and do commands then. Maybe I don't know the exact command for it. Go ahead and test out this commands thing. This says add evidence type level. So I did add evidence. Oh, maybe I just do 3. Maybe I don't have to type in level. Let's do add thermal 3. Adding new entry, characteristic thermal 3. Successfully added. So I went ahead and I told it that I have thermal 3 and now it's added into there. So we need to go ahead and get at least one more piece of evidence because from my understanding, when you're on novice, let me see if it double confirms this inside the contract guide here. When you're on novice, all you need to have is you have to have 2. You have to have 2 characteristics for novice. If we're on intermediate, we need 3. If we're on expert, we need 4. If we're on master, we need 5. So the higher difficulty you're on, the more evidence you actually need to confirm before you go ahead and scan anything. But since I'm on novice and I'm on the easiest difficulty, I only need 1 more. So we already have thermal. See if we can find something else here. I know we went ahead and we got a little bit of EMF readings, and the EMF reading, to my understanding, was a 2. I had a 2. We can go outside real quick to the little area with the tutorial and see what we got there. And while I'm out here, I'm going to go ahead and go on over to my little cattle prod thing here because I'm going to need that at some point inside. I can definitely feel that. And I'm going to go on over here to the EMF reading tutorial. So over here in the EMF reading tutorial, it says that the readings could be sporadic and minor, indicating the presence of a paranormal. So if we have 1.5 to 249, then that's going to go ahead and be level 1. That's a weak anomaly. And that's pretty much what we had. We had a weak anomaly. It did not go ahead and get into the 2.5 to 9.99 range. So I'm assuming it's a very, very low EMF level 1. Let's go ahead and get back inside right now. See what we got going on in here. You hear some activity. From my understanding of the tutorial, the ghost will not hunt or anything like that, so you're not in jeopardy. Oh God, I'm dying. Ghost just slammed that door in my face. Let's go ahead and check the EMF reading on that. EMF 2 again, so yeah, that level 1 range. What about any UV on that? Any UV on that door? I can figure out where I did with my EMF, my UV reader. Out to my inventory. No UV here. And no UV there, so just no UV. Cool, cool. All right, we're gonna go ahead and type into our terminal here, which I accidentally picked up. Have to get in the habit of like the left click is to go ahead and access terminal. E is to pick something up. It's usually the opposite in a lot of other games, so the controls are kind of like taking a little bit while for me to get used to. Get some lights on in here. All right, we're gonna type in add EMF 1. Adding new entry EMF 1. And I'm gonna go ahead and re-add the therm because I don't know if me picking it up messed anything up, so I'm gonna go ahead and re-add thermal 3. It has successfully added it. So now at this point, if I think this is the ghost room, what I would go ahead and do is I would go ahead and scan to see if we were successful in that this is the actual ghost room. But notice that when you go into the terminal, it says over here on the top right corner of your locations, you have to be in the correct location to go ahead and get this scan crack. But if I go ahead and type in scan, you're gonna notice attempting the analysis, and now it's gonna scan the area. So there's two things that can happen here. It's gonna either go ahead and eventually go green, or it's gonna go ahead and eventually go red. Red would piss off the ghost because you got it wrong. Green would go ahead and be successful. Let's say, here and also going ahead and turning on the TV out here, and it's green. So we got our two pieces of evidence correctly identified at the right level, and we got the right room too. So what we go ahead and do now to go ahead and end this off is we would go ahead and either go into our phone, check out our optional objectives, which to gather all the ethereal artifacts, which I'd probably want to go ahead and do right now, right? So we're going to use our ethereal artifact finder, which looks like a camel prod, and we're going to see if we can try to find the artifacts, where this thing is going to go ahead and start blinking when I get close to one. Now, I know that the tutorial is outside, so I found out the hard way. Maybe. Then if I go too close to this window in the tutorial, it's going to go ahead and blink for the ones out there. And that does not necessarily mean that there are any sort of artifacts out there. It's just for tutorial purposes. Let's go ahead and see if we can find an actual artifact. Hey, bunny! You look familiar. Turn some lights back on. Looking forward to seeing a little bit more of the ghost and actual gameplay, because the tutorial, it doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. I think I maybe saw it manifest once, but it's been doing a lot of interactions, and I haven't actually seen anything beyond that point. I feel like we're getting close, because I thought it was getting a lot brighter there for a second. Maybe the other side of the wall, but I'm going to check the garage first. Garage, it's not getting any brighter, but if you notice, if I go over here, the blue light's getting more intense. So I'm assuming that means that maybe it's on the other side of the wall, because it's not blinking now. Let's go over here. Your character does have a limited amount of sprint. It's not a limited sprint. There you go. It's blinking now. And there is one of the artifacts right there. So let's go ahead and pick it up. Oh, I just heard heartbeat. I don't know what that was or what that was about. It's still going ahead and being super, super bright. So I'm assuming we have something else nearby. Let's go ahead and try going this way. It's blinking again. There's another one. Picking it up. And there we go ahead. We just got a message on our phone that said, Task Manager, you completed a task getting all the artifacts. You have secondary objectives to go ahead and get flawless photos, cross interactions, all that stuff. I don't really have any of that equipment because I'm kind of broke in this game. Obviously, I just started. So we're going to go ahead and go back to HQ and call that a successful tutorial. So that, in a nutshell, at a very high level, is what you need to do for the cleansing of a ghost. You need to go ahead and get your two pieces of evidence, or whatever difficulty you're on, get as many evidences as you need. Go ahead and put it into your scanner, your terminal thing over there. Scan successfully. Find all of the artifacts and get out of there. To get back, we go back to the return to HQ area over here. It's going to have a little bit of a loading bar that's going to send me back into HQ. So that is the tutorial. And again, I know I did not turn on full instructions, so I did not give the game the credit that it deserved. But I want to go ahead and state this right now. If you put on full instruction for that tutorial, it was one of the best tutorials of any ghost hunting game I've ever played. And I'm not playing that down either. They did a very good job at explaining all the levels of difficulty and all the levels of evidence, way better than I have. So again, please go do the tutorial if you want to play this game. Very impressed on tutorial. One of the biggest criticisms I gave every single one of these games in the genre is that they don't do the tutorial well. They expect the player to go ahead and figure it all out themselves, and that's not necessarily a good way to do it. So we went ahead there. We got our 2 objectives completed. So we got $300 for the top objective, getting the scan done, 100 for getting the ethereal artifacts, and then 50 experience and 150 experience. The ghost does not get identified when you're doing cleanse. So if it says unknown, you didn't do anything wrong, totally okay there. Cool. So now what we want to go ahead and do is I want to jump into an actual real game. Let me see if I have any equipment here. Oh, don't want to do that. Left click, remember, left click, not right click. So to get the stuff that you've purchased, and if you want to purchase stuff, all you got to do is go on over to your Lappy Toppy and go to equipment store in the top left there. And you'll notice that if you're brand new to the game, you can go ahead and buy this here a loaner package for $0. It's free equipment that the game gives you to go ahead and at least have the bare minimum you need to get the basic objectives done. You buy this, no problem. If you want to go ahead and buy anything else, there's all the stuff down here, and it's split up into different subject categories for you to easily be able to search for things. But for the time being, I don't have that much money, like I said. So all of your equipment that you buy will go over here into your equipment stash, this orange box like you saw in the tutorial. Click it. And then we're going to go ahead and take our personal stash and put it inside of the contract. It's kind of like, this reminds me a lot of 7 Days to Die or like an inventory system like that. You have to move stuff from your stash to your gameplay so that it actually comes in with you to the game. So I would like to see maybe a little bit more of a fleshed out system for the actual loot. But to be honest, they can go ahead and work on gameplay mechanics first before working on this. I think it does the job that it needs to do. So I got my equipment inside of my van or my car. We're going to go on over now to contracts. We're going to go ahead and stick onto the Ravenwood Lane, the map we just did. And instead of doing cleanse, I'm going to go ahead and do an identification. We'll do another cleanse for a real round. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the cleanse real round right now. That way we're not being handheld by the tutorial. We can go ahead and show what that looks like in real time. Then we'll do the identify. Let's go ahead and do it. So I got Ravenwood Lane on cleanse on novice level. And for the levels, you have novice, intermediate, expert, master. For the types of maps they currently have Ravenwood, Cedar Street, a map that's coming soon. And they have here Stone Manor, and they have Summer Hill Psychiatric Institution. They have 4 maps with a 5th one incoming. Coolio. All right, let's go ahead and get ourselves ready to go. Go ahead and interact with the vehicle. We're going to go ahead and take off. Now, I got to admit, I really, really enjoy the little intro cinematic, if you will, or the loading screen, because the intro screen looks so good. Like, you're actually driving up to the house. You're driving. It's like, it tells you what the difficulty is. It tells you what you're doing, what game mode you're doing, cleanse or identify. Pretty freaking cool. It's so much better than just a loading screen plopping you into a game. All right, we are here. So again, we're gonna have to take our A-Fixer, go ahead and throw it on the charger to go ahead and start. Load it on in. There we go. A-Fixer's over here. Gonna go ahead and throw it on over to the charger. Here's my stash. I'm gonna go ahead and take the loaner pack. And I'm going to go ahead and take this loader pack, and I'm going to put it in my active 2 hands. And I'm going to plop it on the ground for right now. Then I'm going to open it up from here. You can see that it gives us an EMF reader, a thermal, a UV, a book, a spirit box, and a Geiger counter, all basic equipment. So we have something to start off with. And to go ahead and give me additional stuff, I got some sanity medication, anxiety pills. I got myself a cross, and I got myself an EAL to find the artifacts. So we're going to go ahead and start off here with a thermometer, an EMF, UV, and Geiger. We're going to go find the room first. Let me go ahead and turn on all my equipment in my inventory before I get in there. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and get inside now. The baseline temperature outside of the very least is going to go ahead and be 10 degrees. I'll also go ahead and pull out my camera so that way if the ghost spawns or I can see it, I can get a photo for some extra money and XP. And to take a photograph, it says that the button on the camera is R. So R would be a photo. Let's see. Let's go. The temperature's going up right now. The moment I walked in. 16, 17. Looking for the cold room, chat. Let me go ahead and maybe start from the back area and work my way up. Now, I don't know how long in this game it takes temperatures to go ahead and be normal, if you will. And I've also learned that if you are in well-lit areas and you have the lights on, it's not going to decrease or lessen the ability for you to lose sanity or anxiety. So it's not going to matter if you're in lit areas or not. It doesn't matter one way or another. 22 degrees over here as well. So nothing over here. Go ahead and start working our way back up to the front. Go over on into these areas right here. Bathroom. 22 degrees. Side bedroom. 22 degrees. Seems like every... What was that? I just heard a tap on something. I don't know what that was. Maybe in here? Oh, hi. Okay, we got an EMF 2.5, it says. 2.5 EMF. That's 3 dots. Keep that in mind. I'm assuming this is the room. Honestly, temperature in here is not that bizarre. Anything on this door that I think it just moved on me? Nothing on the door. Very interesting. So it's 20 degrees in here. Let me go ahead and maybe check a surrounding room. 19 out here, 18. Dropping out here by the pizza, 17. Maybe this is the room then. Maybe it's the happy birthday area. Let me go ahead and leave this here. Also, by the way, you can go ahead and take this cool, like, I don't know if this is a tier 1 or what this is, but you can put it on the wall. I actually really like that. I did the F button. I held down F and it placed it on the wall. Place that there. I just heard something move. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and still say that I had that EMF 3 there. And I'm going to leave this stuff here. What is the temperature going to now? 15 degrees, and it's stopping at 15. Is it going to get colder anywhere else, or it's going to get warmer over here? It's slowly dropping here in the living room. Slowly. What if I walk back over here? Staying about 16 degrees here. I'm going to keep walking around just to make sure I have the right area. Jesus! Oh my God! Well, everything just flew out of the cabinets there. That was nuts. Oh, God. It scared the crap out of me. You want to hear? Nah, I think that 16 degrees is the coldest I've seen so far. Let's go ahead and leave this here then, I suppose, for the time being until we know more. And we're going to go. We're going to go back outside. We're going to go back outside. So much activity happening. All right. Oh! Oh, God, I should have took a photo. What the heck was that? I guess that was the ghost. Let's go ahead and get into our phone real quick. I want to go over here to the evidence guide. This is what I was talking about, that actually shows the evidence and what it all means when you're in gameplay. So evidence guide, we're going to go over to the EMF reading. So we got ourselves, I think it was a little bit over 2.5. I think it was. So I think that would be moderate because it wasn't below 2.49 like it was last time. It was a little bit more. So it would be moderate. So that would be EMF level 2. So I can go ahead and actually click that to remind myself that I have it. It's not going to mark it down. I'm going to have to still put it in the terminal later on. But just for, like, memory's sake, I can go ahead and put it in here, which is good. All right. What is our BPM sitting at? 92. Okay. I'm not really sure when I should take my anxiety medication, but I'm going to definitely keep an eye on it for sure. Go ahead and bring that. I'm going to go ahead and bring my crucifix in as well. And what I've learned about the crucifix in this game is that this crucifix is actually something that's going to be used to confirm that you have the correct ghost room. So what you do with it is you go over to a wall and you hang it up in the room that you think the ghost room is, and you see if the ghost goes ahead and turns the crucifix upside down, which is very interesting to me. Oh, look at the temperature. It's getting lower and lower. It's 5.1 in here now. What would that be for temperatures? Is that some sort of temperature evidence? Let's see. Evidence, thermal, 4.4 to 0.6. So no, we're not there yet. It's still a little too warm to be 4.4. But maybe it'll happen at some point in time. Who knows? Go ahead and put the book down. Put the book down right here. And we're going to go ahead and keep the spirit box on in our inventory and see if it wants to go ahead and talk to me at some point in time. No Geiger readings yet either. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this TV over here. So you can hear right now the spirit box is on in my inventory. And supposedly, I don't need to actually use anything to go ahead and talk to it. It just hears my voice. So if I go ahead and say, "Where are you?" I think it's right there. Okay. I think that was a spirit box response. It made some sort of weird noise. It sounded like it just breathed, but it definitely did something. And it moved this chair as well. Let me go ahead and look real quick here at audio evidence. Unintelligible sounds. I think that's what we heard. Because we didn't hear a word, we just heard a sound. So it's going to be audio, and it's going to be level 1 then. Did it just write in book? Did I hear that? I did. And that's going to go ahead and be signed, so that's going to be level 3, I believe. Let's go ahead and double check in our journal here. We're going to go on over to writing, and we're going to go ahead to scribbling. It was symbolic enigmas. We got level 2 for that. So, what are we looking like here? We got freezing temperatures in here now. We do have freezing temperatures in here now. So it's slowly been dropping over time. Since we're on novice, I think we have all the evidence we actually need. I'm just not 100% sure if this is the actual room. Has not engaged with his crucifix as of yet. But let's see, is there anywhere around here that's not warmer than that room? Everywhere else around seems to be going up in temperature, so I think we have the right area. Because if I go over here, it starts going up again. If I go to the living room, could be living room. I don't know if living room and that area are different rooms. Could be this over here. But it is writing and stuff over there, so I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and get our A-fixer, just to have it on site. And what is my BPM looking like here? 101. Maybe I should go ahead and take anxiety medication. I feel like 101's not very good for a resting heart rate. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna go ahead and take the sanity. See what this looks like. He popped it open. He didn't even drink any water or anything. He didn't even drink. Oh God. Things are getting dark. Things are getting dark and blurry. What's happened to my character's heart rate right now? 76. It's really low. Okay, maybe this is a side effect of the medication. All right, let's go ahead and grab ourselves here the artifact finder. Look at this. It's raining right now, but at the beginning of the round we entered, it wasn't raining, so now it's just randomly raining. So this game has spontaneous weather changes while you're in a round, which is pretty cool. All right, I totally forgot to grab the A-fixer. The whole reason I was out there in the first place. Let's go ahead and grab that from the charging station. I still can't get over the fact that it's raining right now, and it wasn't raining a second ago. I got this. By the way, if anybody's curious, my inventory, like, UI is all behind my face cam right now. So if you're wondering where it is and where it tells you where I'm holding, it's all behind. Oh, look at that! The crucifix got turned upside down. Can I take a photo of that for money? Let's see. Go ahead and pull out our photo camera. Pull it over here. Camera. I just took a photo of it. Just took a photo. All right, let's go ahead and do some uploading here. What do I have for my evidence again? I have EMF 2. Oh, I did not mean to pick that up. That's a problem I keep doing over and over again. I keep picking it up. We're going to do add EMF 2. We're going to add writing 2. And maybe I'll add another thing just because I have it, I guess. What was the other thing that I got? The other thing I had was audio 1. I'm going to add audio. Oh, no! I did it again! Chat, what's happening here is I'm hitting the E button, and instead of accessing something like E would be for interact, I'm picking it up. So I have to left click to get to the interface. Oh, this is so infuriating. Add writing 2. Add EMF 2. Add audio 1. Scan. That's right now, our living room is our room. So this is living room over here as well. Let's see what happens. I think I got a little hiding spot over here. Oh, God! Oh, God, it's gone. I definitely want a hiding spot now. It's yellow. Scan aborted. Loss of proximity. Oh, I can't leave this area. I gotta try it again. I did not realize you couldn't walk away when it's doing the scan. You gotta stay in the zone. The more you know. Go ahead and get a photo of that, maybe. Got that. Also go ahead and grab a photo of this book, too. Task completed. Got a photo of the writing plant. That's not good. Time to go. That's not good. Okay. I didn't want to talk because I didn't know if it was able to hear my voice or not when it's hunting. But obviously that was hunting and I was able to get inside of the room there in time. What do we got going on here? Location true. Minimum characteristics met false. How? Anomaly detected during spectral scan. Okay. Minimum characteristics met was false. Maybe it's because I added 3 and I only needed 2? I mean, I definitely got writing 2. Okay. Add writing 2. Is it hunting? Hope not. Add thermal. Let me double confirm that I got the right one. Thermal 2. I've added both of those. I know they're both right. I'm so confident. I got -8 freezing. And I got signs there. Let's see. Come on, give me a green. Come on. There we go. All right, so I guess I was wrong about the spirit boxy audio. Maybe what I heard wasn't from the spirit box. Maybe it was from the ghost is speaking. I have a feeling that's probably the case. Looks like the breaker got turned off. I think the breaker on this map is in the garage. To be honest, I don't feel very good about going to the garage at this point because my heart rate ain't looking so great. But, do it anyway. Now we got to go ahead and find our artifacts. I have no idea where it would be in this garage. I'm just assuming it's in the garage because there's no basement. There it is. Cool. We got that back on. All right. No bright lights coming from this area. Oh, there's a little one. It's getting brighter. Oh, it's hunting. Well, we're definitely in hunting range. There's no doubt about that. So like 110 BPM is definitely a hunting radius. Oh, we got some signals here. Where's the artifact? There's one. Psst. Oh, it just said psst. I wonder if that sanity medication, that anxiety pill, has more than one pill in it, or if it's just one. I'm curious. I'm gonna go find out. I got one artifact, though. What are our objectives looking like here? I got most of my objectives done, actually. Let's see. Nope, it's empty. It's not letting me go ahead and do anything else with it. Got it. All right. Hopefully there's only 2 artifacts inside of a novice round. So I don't know how much longer I can go ahead and try to... That's not good. Hiding. It's definitely hunting. The front door is slammed and everything. This is so crazy. I have no idea when it's hunting and when it's not. The fear. The thrill of that fear in these games is what keeps me coming back to this genre. It's like not knowing and trying to identify things because it's like a puzzle. I'm gonna go this way. Nothing glowing in here. It's getting brighter. I hear hunting sounds. Yep, I can hear that static again. All right, I wanted to go ahead and pull out my EAL, I think it's called, because I just wanted to see if it would know where I was when I did. I don't know how this ghost determines where a player is during a hunt, but man, once I get in that closet, it seems like it just doesn't know. Well, I got some blinking, and now the blinking's gone. There it is. Heard more heartbeats and everything, but that might have been me collecting the artifact that got the heartbeat going. I think what we do is we let it hunt one more time, and then we make a break for the front door. What is my heart rate at? 115! How do I know if it's hunting? I'm running for it. I'm running for it. I'm assuming it was hunting. The front door went open, but I have no idea. All right, we got all of our artifacts and everything. I don't know how we pulled that off, man. I really don't. I have to definitely understand more about how the ghost determines where players are, if it can hear my voice, if it cannot hear my voice. Because when I was hiding, I wasn't talking because I didn't know if it would know where I was. So I was just trying to be careful. Wow. Pretty good round. So remember, again, when you cleanse, it's not going to go ahead and identify the type of ghost. So now, when we go ahead and hit the view photos here, it shows us that the one photo here that I took of the crucifix and the book. So book gave me $5, crucifix gave me 10, and I did not get any reward for the chair that got moved. So we're going to close this summary. Let's go ahead and go back to another round, and we're going to do the other game mode they offer, which is going to go ahead and be contracts and be identify. And we're going to do it over on... Let's try a different map. I've never been on this map before. I haven't done this one yet, so let's do it. Why not? Let's go ahead and identify on Cedar. Put my stuff inside of my loadout again. Oh, it's already in there. I just got to go ahead and buy the starter equipment again. Equipment store. Order the loaner pack. Should be over here now. Put it on in. We're good. It looks like my sanity pill that I got used is like gone. So maybe it was consumed. Should I buy another one? Let's see. How much money do I have? $798? Sheesh. Go ahead and buy another medication pill. And I'm going to go ahead and add that in. Put that in here. Got our map all set up and everything. The difficulty. Let's go. Let's go. Always look behind you. That's a hunter tip. Always look behind me. Okay, noted. I guess I shouldn't just go ahead and just focus on my phone the whole time. Should be looking around me and observing my surrounding. Like I said, I've never been on this map before. I've only been on the Ravenwood. Identify a novice. So instead of saying cleanse this time, it says identify. Identification, you're going to be focusing more in on evidence. You're not going to be going ahead and figuring out the level of evidence. You're just looking to see if you have evidence in general. So if I get any sort of freezing temperatures, it's freezing. If I get any sort of EMF, it's EMF. If I get any sort of writing, it's writing. That level 1, 2, or 3, or 4, it's just that piece. So this, to me, seems more straightforward and more in line with what more paranormal hunting games are doing. And there's no affixer either, so you don't have to worry about a terminal. All you have to do is use your phone. So here you go, identifier. So once I go ahead and put some evidence in, it's going to go ahead and narrow things down like every other game. Let's go ahead and get this going. Get my box. Put it on this table over here. Get all my things inside. Cool. Let's go. Find that culvert. What we got going on here for this map here? Because I've never been on this map. Looks a little bit more run down. A little bit more wear and tear. Private property, no trespassing. Okay. Boarded up on the windows. Condemned. Well, it's a condemned house. So it's probably going to be a mess. Oh yeah, graffiti and everything in here. Honestly, I like that. The vibe. The vibe's pretty cool. An abandoned house. Got a lamp there that turns on. 20 degrees in the bathroom. Gonna start moving through these rooms one by one. 21 in here. Hear an odd sound. I don't know if that is weather or if that is something in the map. Another bathroom over here. 22 degrees in here. Go check across the hall. What we got going on here? The Uncertain. The Uncertain. We got some albums going on here. Oh! Okay. Bro. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. Let me make sure I turn on all my equipment so I have the ability to get some readings here. Now the temperature, even though I did that in here, the temperature in here is pretty normal, so I don't know if this is the room. Closet. Another room over here. I hear a radio. Where's the lights in this room? It's not this. Maybe that? Another light switch, maybe? All right, turn on the radio there. What's the temperature going on here? 20 degrees. I hear my Geiger counter going off very minimally, not much. Oh, the basement. You hate to see it. There's a generator going on down here in the basement to say the power's on. That's what I was hearing. I was hearing the generator. I'm getting a lot of Geiger readings down here. Yeah, we definitely have Geiger. I'm going to go in my journal here, and I'm going to say that I have radiation. The Geiger is just going up. It's going up and up. But the temperature down here is steady. Let me go ahead and check above real quick. The room is above. Maybe I'm getting some bleed through between the floors. What is this? Map's so dark. Oh, this is the garage. And then this is the outside again. This is the garage. Okay. Chair. EMF. EMF. Max EMF 20 plus. So potentially EMF. So if we have radiation and EMF 20 plus, we have Banshee, Jin, or Oni. Okay. What's the temperature in here? Still 20 degrees. Okay, some sort of a spectral horse is coming at me. Temperature is starting to plummet in this room. Maybe I should go ahead and get my stuff in here, other stuff. I'm also noticing a lot that my keyboard keeps disconnecting from the game. I'm assuming it's some sort of bug the game has going on with recognizing different hardware that people have on their computers, because it only happens with this game, never anything else. There's got to be something going on with the game. Hey, look at the house across the street. They got some lights on over there. They got a car. Looks like somebody's home. I like that. All right, cool. Go ahead and grab ourselves this. Go ahead and see if that's the actual ghost room. It does a crucifix interaction. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my pills. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in my book and my spirit box. I think I just went ahead and shut a door. Heard it. Putting on the spirit box in my inventory. I'll put the book down over here. Right there. What's the temperature in here? 19? That's not very cold again. Then again, I don't know how long it takes for freezing to actually happen, or just cold temperatures in general. Could take a while. Here, radio going off again in here. Temperature is quickly dropping in this room. This must be it. Gonna leave that here. Put the crucifix on the wall in here too. We were definitely in that room before, and it was not that cold. Okay, we just got a crucifix interaction there. Leave all that there. Yeah, going on over here. Give me this. Give me my UV. Looking for any sort of UV signatures. But nothing so far. Can I take a photo of that cross? BPM is 97. Get a little high. Get a little high. Took a photo of that cross. Hopefully it counts. I gotta move my book. I gotta move my book. Move the book over here into the room. There we go. I placed it with the F button. Are you here? Where are you? Are you nearby? Can you speak to me? Nothing happening on the Geiger. Taking my sanity now, my anxiety pill. I can see stars. Oh God, I just shut that door. Not only did it shut that door, it slammed it. I got writing too. The writing. Okay, let's go ahead and go to our phone here. Identifier writing Jinn. So if you go ahead and hit this little icon here, it goes ahead and tells you what the Jinn is. A cunning, territorial spirit. The Jinn is known for its fierce speed and ability to manipulate energy. Becomes more dangerous when its space is threatened, using its power to overwhelm intruders with a sudden burst of force. I mean, it definitely slammed that door shut. That could be a sign. Gonna lock that in. What are my optional tasks here? Escape a hunt. Identify the ghost. Got the identification of the ghost. Capture a flawless ghost photo. The ghost has extreme speed. I don't know if I want to go ahead and try to escape it. See if we can get a photo of that. Keeps touching this door over here. Alright, enough of that. Darn alarm clock sound. I don't like hearing IRL. Let me know I gotta get up in the morning. Alright, I think that might be it. I think that's pretty much all I really need. Unless I get a photo of the ghost, which I don't know how likely that is. I don't know. Can you show yourself? Show yourself. I'm gonna take a photo of that. Show yourself. Please? Not sure how ghosts go ahead and do events or interactions or anything like that. I don't know if it's like voice command or if they just do whatever they want to. Are you here? Can you show yourself? I say let's dip. I say let's dip. At low levels like this, you gotta take your money and run. Go back over to HQ. I don't think you actually have to bring your stuff back over here to the area with your equipment. I think you can leave your equipment in there. I haven't lost any equipment left. Unless you die, then you lose your equipment. Let's see. Did we at least get the ghost correct? We sure did. We got our identification. We got our cross interaction. And that is that. How we do on photos. Photos here. We did not. We hit duplicate photos. Oh, I got the one right. Okay, I took two. We got a $10 crucifix, $5 for book writing, and no reward for interaction. So if you take a photo of something the ghost is interacting with, I guess you don't get anything at all. It tells you who actually took the photo. It says author of that person if you're in multiplayer. So one of the things I'm going to say about this game too is that I noticed inside of their contracts here, they have another game mode coming called Survive the Night. So I'm wondering what that's going to be. My hope for this game is that they come up with a game mode where they take the cleanse and the identification and they have it in the same mode, because it feels so weird cleansing the ghost but not knowing what it is, and at the end of the round it says ghost unknown. Like, I don't know, it seems kind of weird. Why not have a difficulty where you could do all or nothing? I don't know. But I like the idea that they do have them separated. I really do. It seems interesting, and it's good for, like, if you're solo gameplay or if you only have a small group. I know they said they were working on a gameplay, too, where you could have 6 players instead of just 4. That's interesting. I know that's something a lot of people in the ghost hunting community have wanted. They want a game where you can play with 6 players maximum. Going ahead and trying to balance for that's very difficult, but I'd be interested to see if they can pull it off. So, yeah, very good. Go ahead and turn off this radio. We'll do a couple of final thoughts here. I want to go ahead and share what I think about the game as total. So I didn't get to see a whole lot of the ghost itself. because I didn't want to see it when it was hunting because I was nervous I was going to get unalive, lose what little I had. But from what I saw of the very few interactions of the chairs moving and the stuff flying out of all the counters and the cabinets, very, very interesting. A lot of potential here. I really, really like the tutorial. I think it does a great job. Like I said, make sure you do full instruction in the tutorial when you first start out. I love the idea of cleanse. I love the terminal. I love the different levels of evidence, because that's something you don't see in a lot of other ghost hunting games. It's usually just evidence or no evidence, that's it. But to go ahead and have like level 1, 2, 3, 4 of an evidence, what a complex level of gameplay that I think adds a lot of positivity and good game mechanics to this game. So I'm very happy with that. I will say the game is definitely not short of bugs. There's definitely a couple of bugs in it, but they're not game breaking. Whenever I've had a bug so far, I've restarted the game and it kind of works again, no problem. Like, one of the bugs I had encountered when I played my first round is that when I went in here, for whatever reason, I didn't have anything inside my contract box, but it was in the personal stash and I couldn't move it over. I had to restart the game to go ahead and get it to fix it. The thing with the keyboard constantly disconnecting, that's definitely some sort of a game bug as well. Not sure if it's a product of them using DirectX 12 or what the issue is there, but it's definitely something to note as well. I do like the fact that you can go ahead and customize and move things around inside of your HQ here.
Potatoes.
I think that's pretty freaking cool. Go ahead and move things around, like I just moved that table over there. And there's different things you can buy as far as other HQs and furniture for your HQ. I don't even know. Can we go upstairs? Is that a thing? Nah, there's no upstairs, I don't think. Yeah, there's not. I was just curious. But yeah, I mean, I think it's got massive potential. I think there's a lot of games in the ghost hunting genre that had massive potential, and it was a matter of that the developers just didn't develop the game beyond what they had. They had a good premise. They needed to go ahead and make more. So if this developer continues on making this game, I think it could go places for sure. We need more maps. You need to go ahead and work on these game modes, because obviously game modes are something that they're interested in, giving people the opportunity to play in different varieties of their game so that they can do different things with the ghost, identifying, cleansing, so on and so forth. So I'm interested to see where that goes. And I do think the overall equipment feels good. It feels balanced. I don't know what they have for defensives, to be honest. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. Inside of the equipment store, do they have defensives? Like incenses or anything like that? Because the crucifix doesn't work like a crucifix does in most games. So I'm not really sure what you use to ward a ghost off or to stop it from getting you, to be honest. Yeah, I don't see anything. So I don't know where the defensive items are. And if they don't have any, that would be a massive loss, because if you're a new player to not have any defensive items, you're just going to die over and over again if you're not picking up the handle and the game mechanics as quickly as some other people may have. So overall, I think you should go ahead and try this game out if you're interested. It's on PC, it's on Steam, called The Other Side. I'm going to go ahead and confirm the price of the game right now. The game is currently $10.49 USD on Steam. So it's on sale, 25% off right now. I don't know how long that sale is going to go ahead and go on for, but it is on sale. But make sure you go ahead and pick it up while the sale is still happening. I will say that when I was streaming it over on Twitch, I had a lot of people from the community come over to go ahead and help me out. It seems like a very, very interactive community. Their Discord is very active. They're open to feedback. They're open to suggestions. And that's one more positive thing about this game, because a lot of times you see new indie horror or new indie developers coming out with stuff, and they're not willing to accept feedback. They have their vision. They're stuck on it. That's never a good thing. You should always listen to your player and the people that are playing your game, because maybe they have perspective that would actually bring a lot of good to your gameplay. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. And I cannot wait to show more indie horror games of the ghost hunting genre as they come out on Steam, because I really want to get back to this. I'm always going to play Phasmophobia 100%. We're an official Phasmophobia content creator. But I would like to go ahead and explore these other games too, because some developers do some really, really great stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and until I see you all next time, stay crispy.